When the curtain falls on a shared history as rich and tumultuous as that of Al Pacino and Diane Keaton, the echoes reverberate through time, stirring memories both tender and tempestuous. In the wake of Diane's sudden death at 79, after a fierce skirmish with pneumonia that left the world reeling, Pacino, her Godfather co-star, on-again off-again love and eternal muse, stepped into the spotlight one last time to honor the woman who once held his heart. His tribute, a cascade of words as intense and poetic as a Scorsese monologue, captures not just grief but a profound reckoning with a bond that shaped them both. "When I first heard the news, I was shaken," Pacino confessed, his prose dripping with the vulnerability that has defined his own iconic portrayals. In those lines, we glimpse the depth of a romance that burned bright from 1974 to 1990, flickering out only to reignite in the collective memory of cinema lovers everywhere. Pacino's homage, shared through a trusted outlet just days after Diane's October 11th passing, reads like a love letter crossed with a eulogy, a raw dissection of joy laced with sorrow. "Diane was my partner, my friend, someone who brought me happiness and on more than one occasion influenced the direction of my life," he wrote, evoking the electric chemistry that first crackled on the set of The Godfather Part II. Though their romantic entanglements had cooled over 3 decades prior, the actor admitted, the memories remain vivid, and with her passing, they have returned with a force that is both painful and moving. It's a sentiment that resonates deeply in an industry where exes often fade into footnotes, but for Pacino and Keaton, their story was etched in cinematic stone, a saga of passion, ultimatum, and unbreakable artistic kinship. Delve into the layers of their relationship, and you'll uncover a narrative as layered as Francis Ford Coppola's masterpieces. It began not with scripted romance but with the alchemy of collaboration. Diane as the steadfast Kay Adams, Pacino as the brooding Michael Corleone, their on-screen marriage a mirror to the sparks flying off camera. Post-filming, what started as flirtation blossomed into a whirlwind affair, marked by Pacino's relentless charisma. Charming, hilarious, a non-stop talker, as Diane later described him, and her own magnetic pull, that blend of fragility and fire that captivated audiences and lovers alike. They danced through the 70s and 80s, co-starring in Dog Day Afternoon and Revolution, their off-screen dynamic fueling tabloid whispers and personal poetry. Yet, like many Hollywood tales, theirs was punctuated by breaks. Pacino's immersion in method acting, Diane's pivot to directing with Harry and Walter Go to New York, each hiatus a testament to their independence. Pacino's tribute doesn't shy from the ache of what was lost. He extols Diane's boundless spirit. She lived without limits and everything she touched carried her unmistakable energy. On screen he recalls her as magnetic, lightning and charm, hurricanes and tenderness. She was a wonder. These words conjure vivid flashbacks. Diane's Oscar-winning whimsy in Annie Hall, where she dissected love's absurdities with a neurosis that felt achingly real. Her steely resolve in Looking for Mr. Goodbar, tackling addiction and desire with unflinching gaze. For Pacino, who channeled rage and redemption in Scarface and Scent of a Woman, Diane was the counterpoint, the light to his shadow, the laughter amid intensity. Acting was her art, he continues, but it was only one of the many ways she expressed her imagination and creativity. Indeed, her forays into photography, real estate flipping, and child-rearing painted a portrait of a Renaissance woman forever evolving. The emotional core of Pacino's reflection lies in his assertion that Diane left a mark that cannot fade. In an era of fleeting fame, this is high praise from a man who's seen it all, from Broadway's roar to Oscar's gleam. He describes her as unstoppable, resilient, and above all deeply human, qualities that shone through their breakup, when Diane issued an ultimatum for marriage that Pacino in his nomadic soul couldn't meet. Years later, in a 2017 interview, she revisited that crossroads with wry affection. "I was mad for him. There was an aspect of him that was like a lost orphan, like this kind of crazy idiot savant. And oh, gorgeous." Her candor, laced with humor, reveals the grace with which she navigated heartbreak, turning potential bitterness into biographical gold. Their post-romance interactions were sparse but telling. Chance encounters at galas, nods across crowded rooms, the occasional collaborative nod in industry circles. Pacino, now 85 and reflecting on his own mortality through projects like House of Gucci, found in Diane's passing a mirror to his regrets and triumphs. His tribute extends beyond personal loss to celebrate her universal appeal. "People will miss her," he writes, "more importantly they will remember her." This foresight aligns with the immediate wave of remembrances from peers. Robert De Niro, who shared scenes with her in The Godfather, called her the heartbeat of every ensemble. Woody Allen, her Annie Hall collaborator, mourned the muse who made neurosis noble. These voices amplify Pacino's, weaving a chorus that honors Diane's indelible imprint. To fully grasp the tribute's weight, consider the man delivering it. Al Pacino, the king of controlled chaos, has long been synonymous with intensity. Think the volcanic fury of Tony Montana or the quiet menace of Michael Corleone. Yet here, in prose as spare as a haiku, he reveals a softer underbelly, one Diane helped unearth. Their relationship, spanning 16 turbulent years, influenced his craft. He credits her with encouraging his stage returns, like the Tony-winning Huey, and her feedback sharpened his directorial eye in Looking for Richard. In turn, Diane often spoke of Pacino as her creative spark, the one who pushed her toward bolder risks, from adopting as a single woman in her 50s to penning bestsellers like Then Again. The timing of Diane's death, amid a pneumonia battle that ravaged her frame, adds a tragic symmetry to their story. Pacino, who battled his own health scares including pneumonia in 2020, might see echoes of his fight in hers, a shared vulnerability that binds even in absence. His closing lines soar, "I will always remember her. She could fly, and in my heart she always will." It's a poetic flourish worthy of their cinematic heyday, evoking the wings of Icarus or the defiant flight of a Corleone empire crumbling. As Hollywood grapples with this void, Pacino's words serve as a beacon, urging reflection on love's enduring script. Diane and Al weren't just exes. They were architects of emotion, building bridges between fiction and feeling. Their legacy, from red carpet reunions to reel-spanning collaborations, reminds us that true partnerships transcend time. In honoring her, Pacino doesn't just grieve, he resurrects the magic they made, ensuring Diane Keaton soars eternally in our collective imagination. Through his shaken voice, we hear not an end but an encore, a call to cherish the ones who shake us, shape us, and set our souls alight.